Hey, peace and blessings, ladies of the spiritual love circle, soon to be the spiritual love circle of something. I wanted you to take part in this practice with me so you get to see me doing my thing. And I thought that today would be the best day to do it because it is Forgiveness Friday. Like, look at this light, like this. Oh my gosh, this light, y'all. Sorry. So I need to grab something really quickly. I need my water too because I need water. So I have been talking about this Forgiveness Friday for a very long time, and I think it's a very beautiful practice. I also have been holding on to something, and I don't quite know what it is, but I know it's ready to come up. So if you're not aware, we've been in Mercury retrograde for a couple weeks now. I want to say it closes out on the 15th. I'm not sure. I would have to check my calendar. But what it did for me was brought up a lot of different things. And I have a therapist who I absolutely love. She's kind of like a life coach, someone that I can talk to and express concerns that I have about my life and, my future. And that's okay. So there's some things that I've been through in the past that I don't readily express. And one of those things is, and I touched on it briefly during the Love Breakthrough Summit when I shared my story about being in an abusive relationship. Coming out of that relationship, I was in a very bad place. I was depressed. I was terrified. I had post-traumatic stress disorder and anxiety. So I was just a hot fucking mess. That's the easiest way to put it. And I had to go through a custody battle with the person who abused me, and he was granted primary custody because I was unstable. Isn't that some shit? So during this time in my life when I was my most fragile, several things happened in a very, very short period of time. One, I got laid off. Two, I got arrested at some point too. That's a whole nother story that we'll talk about. Dealing with this custody situation and did not have anyone's support to help me with an attorney or anything like that. One of my closest best friends, I've known him for a very long time, betrayed my trust. It was just a lot of soul-wrenching things that happened, all while I'm already depressed in this state of darkness. It's like, how much more can you give me right now? But the beautiful thing is that on the flip side of all of that, that I am here, that I am happy, I am healthy, I am whole and complete. And I'm a light to other people. And people will wonder, how is she so happy? How does she just... Because I've literally been through hell. And I just don't ever want to be in that place. So I make it a point to always come from a place of love, light, peace, and positivity as often as I can. Neith and I were just on, and we were talking about, hang on, let me grab this. We were talking about self-love for light warriors, and the conversation just, as always, went everywhere in a beautiful way. And Savvy has my tablet just totally dirty. Like, oh my God, nasty dirty. And I'm trying to get on in the group to see something. I don't know. I always feel like, oh my gosh, did I go live in the wrong place? Nope, there I am. Yeah, so we're good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that all was well, because this is my forgiveness session for today. So this situation with Kayla, that's my oldest daughter who will be 16, was fucked up. And it almost stopped my life. And I had to find a way to live. So imagine, what was that fairy tale where they took the firstborn child, and that was my nightmare. That really happened to me. And as a first-time mother, a young mother, it devastated me, because you don't hear about women losing custody of their children unless they are like horrible moms. Like, we just seen on the news recently how many children have been harmed and by their moms. And I'm like feeling like a monster because I was depressed, or because a monster made me out to be whatever the case may be. So it was just a humongous withdrawal from my self-esteem, my self-worth, from everything. And I never necessarily had time to grieve, because it was either sink or swim. It was at a place where either I was going to live or I was going to die. So I had to choose to live. And in doing so, I developed an uncanny resilience. I can bounce back from almost anything. And that's a beautiful thing, except when you're not releasing. So what spurred this morning is when I pulled, well, let me tell you this first. So Jet, who is my therapist, aka my paid best friend, she said to me, every time you talk about what happened with Kayla, she was like, your whole energy changes. You change the subject, you laugh. She was like, but you haven't cried. And I'm pretty sure like I cried at some point, but she highlighted that there was resistance within me, and that she noticed it. And a few weeks before, my dear friend Afua even said something about, me needing to release something to really open up, my abundance and things in different ways, regarding me holding on to things from what I've experienced with my firstborn. So that conversation really, with Afua, really sparked me digging into, am I healed from this? Have I really forgiven? Have I released everything that needed to be released? And apparently I have not. But as I've been digging and getting downloads and messages and just intuitive guidance, we go into this retrograde, and so many different things were unearthed for me. And so I sat with them. I wrote these things down. I listened to them, the storyline in my head, and I knew it was time to release and time to let go. So this morning, I pulled this card, and I almost like burst into tears. The Tearful. Your tears heal your soul. So because I've been depressed, I am afraid to cry. Not because like if I watch a movie and something's sad, then yes, 'cause I'm a very empathic person, so I do cry. But certain things I feel like if I cry, like, am I gonna stop? Is this gonna spiral out of control and I just wind up in this place of desperation? So Jet said to me, you know, it's okay to cry. You have every right to cry about this. And it's okay. It doesn't mean that you're depressed again. It doesn't mean anything but that you are allowing yourself to release. And she was like, you know, I might shed a tear or two, and then I just back into my place of peace, my happy place. And while that's good, it's also not to bottle up emotions. So this morning, as I'm shuffling my cards from the Fool's Wisdom deck, this card pops up, the Tearful. And I immediately knew that the universe is telling me it's time to release, and it's time to allow those tears to cleanse whatever needs to cleanse. So whatever's going to come up, it's time for it to come up. The second card that came up was the Thoughtful. But before I share that, what I want to do is share the message that the Tearful had for me this morning. And something weird's going on with my tablet. Hang on, y'all. Let me see if I can connect to the Wi-Fi. I know you see me. Let's see if I can do it this way. So anytime, like, so I hear song lyrics and Life Jennings said in his song, crying is like taking your soul to the laundromat. And that's when I was just like, okay, there's some cleansing, there's some healing that I need to do. And so, oh, come on, where is it? Okay, let me see, maybe this will do it for me. Okay, so it's not coming up right away, so that just tells me I need to just move forward on this. But basically, you know, the message is that it's okay to display and to release your emotions because they are real and they are valid, and it is imperative that we allow ourselves to release whatever it is that we are feeling so that we can do the work, so that we can move forward in love and in light. Here it is. Okay. So after this card, I'm struggling right now. After I pulled this card up, I was like, this is a little thick. And then boom, here comes the Thoughtful. He's telling us to think before we act. Think before we act. After we go through this healing process, we now need to think about how we treat others. So this is the message that I wrote. So these two showing up together was no mistake. Often crying is seen as a weakness, and that is so far from the truth. And this is me like getting this message because I just told you guys, like, I was not about to cry over this situation that I have learned to navigate in. So Life said it best, crying is like taking your soul to the laundromat. Not only does it allow you to release emotions, it's natural and it's necessary. Like, you guys, I'm telling you, as soon as I pulled this card, I was like, it's time. It's time to release, and my life is going to change once I do this. So you can cry tears of joy, sorrow, anger. You can even laugh until you cry. But the point is, when we don't release our emotions, it creates blockages within us. And that can manifest in different ways, including illness, migraines. I've been getting migraines this week, and I've had almost every day this week. So I know that there's something weighing on my mind that I'm not paying attention to, and it's time to do some releasing. And I touched on how women, especially Black women in my community, have that strong Black woman stereotype that it's not okay to need help, that it's not okay to cry, that you have to endure, you have to be strong, you can't ask for help, and you have to be the superhero. But that's detrimental, and you have to let go of that emotional and spiritual baggage so that you can release those past hurts. And what I had to realize is that I'm still carrying an emotional bag, and I need to release that in order for me to go to the next level and to deepen my work, to come more into alignment with my higher being. And it's okay for us to take off the cape. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have emotions because they are real and valid. And I wrote a blog post about that last year. So the thing about that is, once we do that emotional release, we want to allow it to transform us by thinking about how our actions are going to affect the people around us. And that's where the thoughtful comes in. How do our words and actions affect those around us? And even how is that release going to help you to see and think differently about what you do? So when we are carrying emotional blocks, we don't care about how we treat other people, and we continue cycles of hurt. But if we can release and think before we act, then we can stop cycles and be beacons of light and positivity. And if I didn't share this in the group already, I'm going to share the actual post that, maybe I did share it in the group, that I wrote for, that I just read for these two particular cards. So this is where the work comes in. I've already acknowledged that there is releasing that needs to take place. So what I have here with me is my emotional essential oil book and the emotions wheel. So it shows negative and positive emotions and the associated essential oils that can help you with the process of releasing. So what I do anytime I use this, and my mentor Kari recommended that, like, when I do my readings, to incorporate essential oils where people need support, because one thing I do notice is that through readings I do see, people need emotional support for the things that they are asking and looking for. So out of these negative emotions, numb is what I identified most with. So there's like confusion, control, insecurity, purposeless, sadness, constricted, overwhelmed, and then it even goes a little deeper into breaking down each of those emotions. So I'm just checking to see if there's any other emotion that might that might come into play here. possibly. I really think it's more so numbness that I need to address. And oh, I'm on low battery, so we've got to wrap this up. And what I want to do is release. I want to repressed. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, got my box of oils here. I've also got my emotional aromatherapy kit. Uh-oh, and I did something. Oh, that slipped down. So, okay. So what I am going to do is pull out the oils that I need. And like I said, I want to use lavender for the repression. And then what did I say? I said, and I'll probably use the grounding blend for the numbness or the disconnection. And I'm trying to think, what other emotion do I need to address? Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with those. I want to do the lavender and the lemongrass, which smell great together. And I'm going to add a drop of each to my hand. I'm going to just inhale, and let me find them now while I have you guys here. But I'm probably not going to do the whole process because my battery's gonna die. Okay, so I've got my lemongrass, and I've got to run and grab my purse because that's where my other oils are. Okay. I don't feel me now. Courage don't desert me. I want to see if they have copaiba in here because that's one of my newer oils, and it's, oh, it is. Oh, unveiling. Oh my God, this is perfect. Oh my God, this is perfect. So let me tell you what it says about copaiba, and I just so happen to have it with me. Copaiba is the oil of unveiling. It invites individuals to connect with the past and will link you to unveil the deeper meaning and messages. Individuals that need copaiba find that vulnerable self-awareness work reveals unresolved pain and hidden recesses of their heart, mind, and body. I think that is going to be really beneficial to what I'm doing. And so, you know what? I don't even think I'm going to use these other two oils right now. I think I'm just going to work with copaiba because it helps with suppressed emotions. And I think that's definitely what I need. So what I'm going to do is, and I can do this now, but I'm also going to apply it over my heart chakra. This will probably be something that I have to do daily until I really feel that release. So I think I'll be able to make some headway today because I've already experienced lifting of emotion. And I can also place it on the crown of my head, which is where our crown chakra is. Wow, I am just what I truly love about aromatherapy is, first of all, that I can carry wellness with me. Mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical wellness in a bottle. Even just that, I feel the energy shifting around this situation. So what I'm going to do is to continue the breathing work, and then I'm going to allow myself to open and revisit the emotions and the feelings. So I have here my journal, which is my spirit animal is a unicorn. And so I'm just going to allow myself to write, and I'm probably going to close the blinds so it's a little dim, and just sit with this energy for a while and allow myself the experience of release. And even if I don't fully release today, I'm starting that process, and you'll get to see the transformation in how I show up once, you know, I've gone through this forgiveness practice. So I want to check lemongrass out really quickly, and then I'll probably go before my phone makes me go. And lemongrass is cleansing, so I may incorporate these two together, the lemongrass and the copaiba. So while I am revealing, I'm going to be cleansing my emotions as well and letting myself do this forgiveness work, because that is something that's needed, and I'm ready to release and see what is in store for me. So this is my Forgiveness Friday post. I know it's a little deep, probably a little unexpected, but this is real, and I just want you to know that the things that I share in the group about essential oils, and even like the card readings and everything that I do, is stuff that I apply to myself. So yeah, this has been a very transparent moment for me today, and thank you for witnessing me and being part of this experience. Peace and blessings.